All right, Ian, you know we're the official Battle Royale and Public Battlegrounds G podcast, right?
Yes.
Well, on Sunday, Fortnite ended.
Oh, I know.
I mean, it's done.
I was aware of that. They told me 2 weeks in advance because we're so big.
Well, Ninja slipped the information to me.
Gotcha.
He had the skinny. He's like, hey, Pat, here's a text. Here's a screenshot that Epic Games sent me. So it was season 10. So remember, Fortnite's been out for like 2 years now. It's been like 2 years only.
Yeah,
and
thereabouts.
So they divide.
I think it's 2 years in October. Oh, it's 2 years now.
It's 2 years.
Yeah. Okay. There
so
it is.
I didn't know if this was always going to be the timing, but every, I guess, 3 months or so, they have a new season where they launch new parts of the island. The island changes. They do stuff for like limited stuff, like they did like the Christmas thing with like the ice and stuff and snowballs. And Fortnite's done a great job of keeping things fresh to keep people interested in playing it via these seasons and new offerings, and then partnering with freaking Marvel for the Thanos gauntlet. They did that last year, remember? Was that last year or this year? It's last year.
They did it last. I think they did there was another one this year that they did, but I can't remember.
But they do all these things that keep it fresh. But then boom, there's a basically like a in-game event that happens. If you're in the servers, you see it happen. The rocket in the middle of the field and the island launches up. You know, the sky has all these comets going on. And then it's like this 3-4 minute event. It had orchestrated music. Mm-hmm. Everyone saw this. This is incredible for like an online game like this to have an event like this that everyone sees. And then it just, the universe implodes. And then even your player implodes in with it. And then it goes to black. And then it was like the biggest thing on the internet.
So usually what happens is, you know, at the end of the season, these big events that will happen that people can take place and you can actually go in game and watch it happen. And it changes a large portion of the map so that the next season that you're playing on, at least something is different. But yes, this time, nothing. And the game is, as of right now, still offline. So it's obvious that this is going to be more than just a simple map shakeup. They're obviously changing some things. So a battle pass trailer for Chapter 2 Season 1 is what it's being called.
I believe it launched at Ian this morning.
Was found by data miners. And oh wait, the actual game.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you. The link was old that I put on.
Oh, I thought you were trying to talk about what it, because the link talks about what's actually on there. So what it's adding is things such as boats. You
can swim.
Swimming.
You could fish.
Fishing, appears to be in a moat. You can pick up and move your team members around. So it's...
Yeah, launch an hour before the podcast recording.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So it is more of a... it's not like a part 2, but it's more than just a minor shakeup. I think people were incredibly concerned whether or not all the stuff they bought was going to carry over. I think some people, there was a lot of people on Twitter looking for refunds. I honestly don't know these days anymore how much of that is people joking or how many people really think that they're just going to shut the game down and walk away.
I don't have a Fortnite account to check to see if my skins are available when it relaunched as Chapter 2. I don't, but you have to realize that at some point you're going to stop playing these games no matter what, and then that money's gone.
Right.
The money's gone as soon as you spend it. You're not going to be able to get the money back for these digital items no matter what. For your silly hat or your NFL costume that you bought when they offered it, it's just not going to be there. That's the bottom line. Okay, so there's 13 new locations. Let's see. Water-based gameplay, including swimming, fishing, motorboats, and more. You can also heal your team with the bandage bazooka or carry your teammates to safety. So that's interesting. That'll promote more, more interaction with the team. So if you're wounded, I guess you can be brought somewhere and you can be resuscitated in the team mode. You can hide in haystacks, blow up environmental explosives, and upgrade a streamlined arsenal of weapons. And there's an all-new XP system, including medals you earn in matches. Okay, they're beefing it up. The fish is adorable. And one of the pictures here, a nice bright orange fish. I mean, like, are you gonna be able to fish and just while the rest of the game is going on, no one's gonna shoot you?
I mean, everyone said that it seemed to. It initially looked like an emote, but I have no idea.
An emo if you're in the water fishing?
I mean, yeah, like you could set up yourself to make it look like you're fishing by the water. But who knows? I mean, they've done lots of other things. And in the free play mode, you could technically just screw off and fish if they give you that option, I suppose.
Sure, I guess if no one's bothering you.
If there's fishing, I would be back.
I just want to reiterate how, I mean, the amount of money that Epic's made through this. And with this event, they got so much free publicity from them just literally just ending this version of the game that everyone was talking about it for 2 days. There was memes about people were literally streaming themselves watching the black hole.
Yeah.
You couldn't get in the game. I can't think of another time where something just happened with a game like this, an online-only game where it took over sort of like the gaming world for a couple days, and everyone was like waiting for it to relaunch this quickly. Like,
I would assume that it's probably happened with online RPGs. I know Final Fantasy XIV had a big one where they had because the game launched and it was so bad that after a set period of time, they literally had a meteor come down and wipe the game out, and then they just like that was it, and then sort of the same thing. Then they put it back in. It was big, but it also it wasn't this big. I'm just saying it's a example of some other time something like this has happened.
Sure. There's in the trailer they show carrying the teammate. They show this little gelatin-looking blobby guy that I guess you can play as or get a skin of, which is cute. They show fishing. No, you're actually fishing.
Yeah, I just checked. You can actually fish.
You're actually fishing. It's not just an emote. You can blow up a gas station. They're racing and shooting on motorboats, which is cool. So they're adding some vehicles here. That's awesome.
The vehicles were in the original.
Oh yeah, they had the
water ones.
Yeah, the Jeeps. Yeah.
Don't forget shopping carts. That was very important.
Oh, that's right, the shopping carts.
Very important.
So anyway, the amount of publicity they got from this is just for shutting down the servers for a while is hundreds of millions of dollars of free publicity that they got from this. They didn't have to advertise it due to the fan base. It's not going anywhere after 2 years because they're keeping it fresh. Maybe it lasts another year or two. Maybe something else comes up. But the fact that they're constantly changing the game, they have so much money they can do that. I don't know. I don't know what the lifespan of this game is going to be. I have no idea. It's hard to know. A couple years, maybe another couple years, a few.
Well, I think with the way they're doing it, with the way things are divided into seasons and things are changing constantly, I think it's a better modern way of doing it than say. I mean, there are first-person shooters. First-person shooters come and go, but like a Call of Duty or like a traditional first-person shooter, they release a few map packs and that keeps it fresh for a year, but it's gone. And then it kind of lives and dies on the quality of each iteration after that. With this being just a constantly updated game, I think it does keep it has the potential to keep it alive for longer when things are going to be shaken up every 10 weeks.
Sure.
And there's always going to be something new or different to look at and do.
Now, the one thing that I will talk about in terms of them constantly changing the game is, of course, game preservation, and what happens if you want to go back and play, season 3 of Fortnite, or maybe like, the ice stuff they had during the holiday one and whatever last year. How do you do that easily? So that's something that will probably be addressed at some point. Maybe eventually they'll have all these different servers for each of the different seasons that you can get in with Blizzard support, but that doesn't help not Blizzard, jumping ahead to Epic Games. That doesn't help Epic Games' bottom line to have you go back and play the old stuff. They want you to keep playing the new stuff.
Right.
I mean, that's how a free game gets going there. So anyway, anything else to add here?
No.
You going to jump in and play?
Probably not.
I installed it on
I mean, yes,
Switch,
I'll play more than I normally do.
And people said on Switch it's terrible to play on Switch, but
it's been fine for me. I mean, but I'm not hardcore. So.
Well, I want a keyboard and mouse for something like that. I don't want to use the little thumb guys. You don't get the drift while you're battling in Fortnite.